carried all the way through the preparation of making it and the shooting of it. It really felt like a collaborator who made me a much better filmmaker than I felt like I thought possible beforehand.
Azazel, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much for your time.
No, yes, no, I think the movie is amazing. I liked it a lot, French accent, and who doesn't want to go to Paris, right?
That's my point, exactly. Who doesn't want to get out of their home and just get away right now?
Yeah, it's amazing. I like it a lot, the movie. I think everything is so good, like the cast, the story, everything is amazing. But let's start from the beginning. Like, what was about Patrick's book, like the story itself, like the plot that got your attention?
I found the world so different than my own. It felt so strange. These characters were so strange. The world that it was in, the story was so strange. And at the same time, I found it so funny. I found it so moving, and just a place that I wanted to be in. And that was enough for me to go on. It just felt like something I had never experienced in my own life and I wanted to experience.
Yeah, and like Patrick also wrote the script. Like, what was like the challenges that you guys had to put like the book on to the script and to the screen?
There was well, one of the great things about the book is that so much of it was cinematic, which was nice. There were so many scenes that already lent itself straight to screenplay and to a movie, and they were easy to picture. But a lot of times it was just the editing of the story and figuring out, okay, what is essential of telling this story, and at the same time have some of the looseness that the book has. So it's kind of like, you don't want to just put in all the scenes that just this serves this absolute purpose. You want there to be air in there too, in the way that was so nice in the book. You want to be able to breathe the same air and spend some of this time in the same way that he did, the rhythms that he did, the combination of tones and genres that Patrick played with. I really wanted to bring into this movie as well.
Yeah, that was my next question about the tone. This mix, like the blend of comedy and melancholy at the same time. Yeah. Like, how did you guys like balance that?
By taking the comedy very seriously and taking the drama with humor. It was always just kind of pushing and pulling in these contrasting tones that in a way is the way that I most relate to in this world. I feel like we're all day long, we're getting pushed in these different directions, right? You turn on the news and you see something horrible, and at the same time you go to Instagram and you see some adorable cats, and you go, you make peace with all these different emotions. They just make up your day that you're going through. And that was really the same approach, was just try to represent the world. If there's anything that connects this world of French Exit to our world, it's that mixture of tones that I recognize.
Now let's talk about a little bit about the cast, which is like amazing. It's amazing cast. I think Michelle, Lucas, Valerie, Danielle, everybody. But what was about like Lucas that made you pick him to be like the perfect Malcolm? I think he's perfect on that role.
I think so too. Lucas is way wise beyond his years, and it takes that kind of wisdom to play somebody like Malcolm, who is childish and who's stuck at a certain age. I think of Malcolm Price. He gets picked up by his mother, Frances, played by Michelle Pfeiffer, at 12 years old. And in some ways, he's still 12 years old, 13, at 25. So that mixture of who's the parent here, who's taking care of the other person, that kind of, it shifts from every scene to the other, where sometimes Malcolm seems much more in charge of of Francis than Francis does of her son. That's something that I think takes a lot of wisdom and a lot of confidence that Lucas has as an actor, that you need to have to lay down the foundation for both his mother, Frances Price, and for Michelle Pfeiffer to do the incredible works that she does.
Yeah, I think she's great too, and I bet you the collaboration with her was amazing. I think it was amazing. And can you tell a little bit about this collaboration?
Yeah, they're working really with all these actors, but in particular, Michelle Pfeiffer is one of the high points in my life so far. She was caring and careful and fearless. I found it amazing that when we first met, that as a somebody that's proven themselves over and over again as an actress, that she was still hungry, that she was still looking for something different than what she had done, and wasn't necessarily an easy role or an easy character or particularly likable. It's just a complicated person. I think that is such a testament to what type of person she is, that she was game for this type of film. And that carried all the way through the preparation of making it and the shooting of it. It really felt like a collaborator who made me a much better filmmaker than I felt like I thought possible beforehand.
That's amazing. I think another really, really great actress is Valerie. And yeah. I think she also do an amazing job, and I think she steals the show. I think she was great. Madame Reynard. I love that. Yeah, yes,
I felt the same way. I mean, same thing, that it was actually because that Madame Reynard is such a wacky character, even on the page, finding how she could exist, who she was alive, who she was as a human being, was part of the fun journey, and what Valerie does so beautifully. I know for her, she always talks about the costumes of Madame Reynard really helping her ground herself and find, okay, this is a person that is so vulnerable. She wears all her insecurities on the outside. She says everything without thinking twice about it. There's something just so endearing about a person that has no filter like that, and Valerie was able to bring that forth so truthfully and so funny, yeah. Funny.
So amazingly funny.
Yeah, with so much humor.
That's right. Exactly. So aside from this amazing movie that everybody's going to be able to watch right now, so what else are you bringing? Anything? What do you have? Any new projects coming up for you?
Yeah, amazing. During this period where we've been stuck at home, an animated series for children came my way, which something I had never worked on an animated series before, but it was of interest. I thought the scripts were great, and in some weird way, they're really fables, and I see my movies as fables. I see a lot of correlations, so I was able to direct this 8-episode show that's kind of like reimagining fables for kids, and we're in the edit room now, and it turned out to be incredibly rewarding. It's strange. I didn't think that it would be possible to work with technology, because I'm somebody that's been so into handcrafted films for so long, but it turns out that the technology is moving so quickly with animation that I barely had to deal with the technology, and it just felt like working on a play just virtually through the screen. It's incredibly rewarding, and again, going to a different planet, going to a different world than my own, it was such a nice escape during this time that I hope the audiences will feel the same.
Oh yeah, definitely. And I think the pandemic might change the way that everybody thinks, the way that everybody works, and how much that affect your work, or we're gonna think that it's gonna affect your work in the future.
Oh, well, I couldn't even begin to understand how it's going to affect in the future. I do know that during this period, and I know that this pales a lot to a lot of people's experiences, but I did fully understand the value of filmmaking for my own self in terms of just the films that I was able to watch and to escape into, but also to have this work to work on while we were going through this. I was cutting remotely with the editor on French Exit, and to wake up each morning with such upheaval, political upheaval, and this horrible virus, and to have this story to escape to was so rewarding. It made me feel like if that's something I can give an audience, that sense that I got to escape from some of this, even for just a brief period of time, that'll be worth it. So that became very clear to me. And then the missing of movie theaters. Wow, I did not know. I always felt like you make a movie, hopefully people will watch it however they'll watch it. You just want people to see it. But I just didn't understand what movie theaters were giving me up until that point, because I missed it like oxygen.
We all did. We all did. Now we are coming back, especially here in LA. I think we're gonna breathe again, because the experience, I miss the experience, like the big screen, the audio, the surround, the popcorn.
Yeah, especially for something that has comedy and drama. Like you just want to feel. I think about people watching the film on their own, and hopefully it seems like for some people it really works. But sometimes with comedy, it's really nice to sit with strangers and feel like, oh, we are strangers in this whole other world, just like these characters on the screen are.
Exactly. So, Azazel, I just want to thank you so much for your time, and it's a pleasure to meet you virtually and to talk to you. And I also want to mention to you about The Lovers, which I love it a lot.
Oh, cool. Thank you so much. I really appreciate
awesome.
it. I like this conversation, and please be well and safety for you.
See, you too. The same to you and to your family. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Bye.
If you like this video, don't forget to comment, to like, and subscribe to our channel right here.